Good morning. Well, what do we have here? As we can see, Bitcoin on the daily chart, all these bloody lines and shit everywhere. Gone up, come down. We've had a strong reversal over here on the daily chart. We've started out with negative so far. This market could still do anything, need to keep that in mind. But what we do see on the decline is we've got increase in selling volume on the way down, a decrease in buying volume on the way up. And stochastics were thinking about going up, now they're thinking about going sideways. I opened a short position last night at 11.6. I'll just go to the 4-hour chart and show you where I went short. Short meaning I sold Bitcoin. I borrowed actually someone's Bitcoin and sold it. When it goes down far enough, I'll buy that Bitcoin back and give it back to the person that I borrowed it from. So basically I make money on the way down. I'll show you on it was a 15-minute chart that I went short on. So here we can see clearly that we've got a decrease in buying on the upside here and lots of indecision happening around this line here. We can also see, this is on the 15-minute chart as well, there's a strong support and resistance area going all the way across here. This is part of my reasoning as well for going short. Another part is that when we get to the top there, we have an increase in selling volume here and a decrease in buying volume. Now, these four volumes here should tell you that there's been a turnaround. You know, there's something going on here. Of course, we could have some really big player come in and buy 50,000 Bitcoin or something like that and skyrocket the market. That could happen. But here, as a general rule, there's more selling and less buying at the top of a resistance level there. Where could this market go now? We could, there's not too many stops between now and 9,100. Now, that sounds way ludicrous and all that sort of stuff. But if this market does what has happened in history, we could see $2,000 Bitcoin. This is why I'm not holding. I'm happy in cash with my bigger holdings. I'm happy on the sidelines, just playing with the market on leverage. That's why I'm borrowing. I think I'm about 10 to 1 leverage at the moment on a short position. And I'm very seriously considering entering again on it and increasing my short position from here. Now we could actually turn and having my stops just above the high of this day here. So there'd be very tight stops. I'll just go and have a look. And from what I'm seeing here, the possibility of where this could go, if this does anything, in comparison to what it's done previously, this is where I'm getting the 9,100 from. Once we come down to there, keeps these lines going around about here, there's going to be a meeting point somewhere around this area here, quite possibly. Now, so far we're making lower highs and lower lows, and we've just made a new lower high, and we're broken below support, resistance there, and broken below the moving averages, and it looks like the floor is possibly split wide open. That's not saying that that's a definite and it's true, but looking at the volume, looking at the stochastics, this thing does not look healthy. But then again, I could be wrong. But you go and have a look back in history about what this is looking like, and 8 times out of 10, Bitcoin shits itself and goes down. We've got a 20% chance, 30% at maximum, that this will turn around and go up from here. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents on where we're at with Bitcoin. And I could be wrong, but that 20 or 30% chance might happen. But looking at it from what's happened in history before to what it looks like possibly now, it does not look very good. And I would not be, for me, I'm happy not being long Bitcoin. I'm happy being short Bitcoin. As we can see, we've got some pretty heavy selling over here. So now we'll just move to the 15-minute chart. I'll just close this up a little bit so you can kind of get this a little bit better, and then we'll kind of expand it, and so I can have a better look once I expand it. So here we are, we've had the huge high with a monstrosity volume there, which, usually signifies the turn of a trend. It's come down, hit the 200, gone down sideways. Now, this wasn't the starting point. Like, I couldn't have read that as a starting point before. But this here, you could have taken a line from there across, pretty much draw lines everywhere. But as you can see, once these lines start to get drawn, the bots and other traders are looking for these exact points to trade off as a bottom. It's come down, hit, gone up, and then up to here. This kind of confused a lot of people. And then it's come down here and hit. So now we can draw in definitely these two lines here, and then that extends all the way down here, back to here to the left. So I've come down, and then we're going back up here. Now, as you can see, this line here that's going up, now that's gone up there, and it's hit a resistance level at the top there, right in that corner. Is a major, it's not just one resistance level, it's two resistance levels. This is the reason why I was happy to go short last night. You know, I was thinking to myself, this here is major resistance. So if we have a look at this black line here, I've got lines everywhere, as you can see, it's very messy, and you know, like this isn't the way you should have your charts, so don't copy me. Here is a resistance line there. It's found support once it's broken through there. Found support on it there, and if you open this up, you can see there's a lot of confirmations on this line here. Then it's gone across here, tried to break through, and it hit a resistance line from this small uptrend happening here, and hit a resistance line from this big downtrend happening here. Now it's come across here, broken below this, well, what would have been support, you know, because it was above it, below that, and then this is where all the action started happening last night. And I thought to myself, gee, this is looking pretty good actually. So I got into a short position somewhere around here. I know, maybe it was here, you know, 2 days ago, and I got stopped out going into there. And then it was around about 11.6 last night that I opened up another short position. It wasn't here because that's only a couple of hours ago. I reckon it would have been, because as soon as we broke down below this line here, that was my indicator to go, wow, we've come and hit that top line there off the side line. So we bounced right in that perfect corner there and come down. And now we're broken below this line going all the way up here. So I think my entry was around about here, but it was around about 11.6, somewhere around there. So anyway, I went short there. Now it's come up here and I thought, well, I'm pretty safe here. I think I had my stops, you know, about 600 points away. So I think it was just above this high here. Broken down, sold there, it's gone up, and now it's come down to here. So who knows where this thing's going to go from here? I don't know, but I do know that the chances are that it's going to be hitting down, not up. That's my take on Bitcoin. Look at that. Bitcoin's currently at the moment not looking very healthy at all. If you look at, once it's broken below this 200 moving average, it doesn't seem to, like, okay, there it's kind of gone and then sideways, come up and hit that, or near that line. But let's say it's broken there and come down. So if we're going from, say, 12.3 all the way down to 10.6, so that's 4 and 13, 1,700 from there. Let's say it's broken this, you know, so let's, you know, that's only a small one there. Okay, so we'll keep that in mind that it's gone down a couple of hundred there or whatever. Now let's go from here. So we've gone 11.9 all the way down to 9.7. Holy shit, that's a lot. We're talking about 2,200, I believe, from there to there, 22. So we've got 1,700 and 2,200 that is broken down. So let's just say that this could go only a small bit from here to there and then come back up and test that line again. Who knows? You know, we could be seeing this at 11.8, you know, later on today. We don't know. But in history, when it breaks below the 200, it doesn't do the right thing. Or, you know, depending on what side of the trade you're on. An observation. Take it the way you will. Could be right, could be wrong. Don't know. We'll just see what happens. Let's go and have a look at Link, shall we? We're trading Link. We'll have a look. Bitcoin looks sick. So here's Link on the 15-minute chart. Let's go back and we'll have a look on the daily chart just to start with Link. So for those that, you know, like if anyone was, you know, involved with Link. So I'm on Binance at the moment. That's why my moving averages and all my analysis has gone. Link wasn't looking all that good. So look at that. I think I was saying yesterday that we should see support come down around about, I think it was, what was it, $3.16 or $3.32. So we hit a low of $3.20. So that's not bad actually, 316 to 332. That's, you know, it'll be, and look at this, we've got an increase in buying and a decrease in selling here on the daily. So let's go over and have a look and see what it looks like on the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart. Stochastics are moving down though, all the moving averages are moving up. I'd like to see, look at that. So we've found, that was support there. So we're only on the 4-hour chart here. So 318 it got to. It found support at 318 and I was expecting it to find it either, depending on which chart you look at, but it was 316 or 332 or 29. I don't know, somewhere around there. But anyway, so it did come down and it did hit a low of 320. So 320, it found support there on the 50 and then bounced off. And now what we need to see here, what we'd like to see, is a close above the 20. You can barely even see that 20 there. But we bounced off the 50, and it'd be nice to see a close above the 20 there. The stochastics have gone down below the 20 mark, which is great. And now they're coming back up, which is great. And this is forming a very nice wedge pattern here. So, that's also very good there. And if I can draw a trend line down here, we might actually see something, because this could actually turn out to be pretty good for us. No, that's not going to work there. I'll just put that there and we'll have a squeeze. I'm just going to have a look at something and see if I'm just, yeah. So it's responding better to the top of the wicks than what it is the actual bodies of the candles. We have a look at that there. Okay, it's gone there, and there's quite a few confirmations there. So, there are a few big traders watching this. I think this is still a speculation play, but I think it might have something to do with the Google News. Right now, we are in the exit of a wedge. Now, this could either go north or south. I'll just see if I can draw another line there, because I don't think that that's going to matter as much, drawing this line here, because I think the 50 is acting as that line there. See if we can extend it back a little bit, and if it goes, look at that. What do you know, eh? A lot of people say that technical analysis doesn't work and it's bullshit. But these are traders here that have gone up and then put a short there, and then it's gone across and then it's gone down. So they've taken their daily profits. And they've gone up and they've done the same again. And, the very next day, gone up, done the same again. Gone up this time, they thought, nah, done enough here. But that's a beautiful base there. Nice base and a good breakout with extra volume. That's fantastic on the 4-hour chart. That would have been your buy right there. So if you were watching it closely on, trading the intraday, that would have been your entry right there, which would have been great. And then we've got a consolidation pattern here and a break up. So then we've reached the high. And coming into the high, now I just want to point something out here again. This is on the 4-hour chart, right? So we're coming up all the way up here, and we're broken through very nicely, and we've got three soldiers. So that's 3 big candles that are one after the other on an uptrend, and we've got good, well above average volume on these 3. Bang, that's awesome there. Then we've got a consolidation. Now this here is the problem. This here is 20% around about of the entire move up. Now the rule for a 20% candle on the entire move up is, hey boys, might be time to take some profits. Just throwing it out there. And as you can see, that this is the biggest volume on the biggest candle, which basically says that, hey, it doesn't mean take all your profits. It just means be very, very careful for profit takers, because you don't want to be holding the bag at the end of the day when everyone else is taking the profits and you're still sitting there and wondering why it's gone all the way back down to, $1.90, and you're still, and you could have sold it for $4.10. Anyway, it's just an idea. Actually, it's not an idea. It's something that you need to look out for, because if you want to take profits on the rally. Like you buy the breakout, you sell the rally. And the rally is, so just keep these are the 2 main things to look out for, right? 1 candle or 2 candles that are 20% of the entire move up, right? And then you've got 1 volume in those 2 days, which is bigger than all the other volumes there, okay? So they're the 2 main things you look for. It has to be at the top of a trend. Now, one thing that goes against this is that this could be the start of the uptrend, right? So you need to be very careful and aware that that might be the case. But you'll see that, probably 7 times out of 10 that it's not the case, and you should be taking profits. So anyway, it's gone up, hit a new high there, beautiful, and we've come down. Now the bots are here trading, or the day traders are trading this. So it's come up there, and they've probably just figured that, okay, well, we'll do this here. It's probably had a good low and all that sort of stuff, and so we'll just do a little bit more profit taking. It's come up here. Then they've decided to go short, come up here, decided to go short again, and then we bounced off the 50. So bouncing off the 50, it'll be interesting to see where this one goes. I would like to see a good close. Where's that high is 360. If we could see a good strong close above this high here at 360, so let's 359.9, let's say 370 or somewhere around there, if we could see a good solid close at 370. See, because the selling here has been reasonably strong, and even a fraction more selling than buying. And also there's been a decline in the buying, which is not very good, really. It's quite negative. Who knows where this thing's going to go? It will break out very, very soon. This is a wedge. It's got to break out soon. And usually the breakouts are quite explosive because it's taken this many days to get there. And now anyone who's on the edge of their seat going, just up or down, something. The ones that are on the sideline, eager to put their money in or take their money out, they'll be watching this very, very closely for the break up or breakdown. That's the 4-hour chart. I probably don't really need to go to the 15-minute chart. Righto, look at that, 15-minute chart, eh? Look at that. So we're at the 200 here on the 15-minute chart, and we're finding resistance at that point, at that price. Yeah, look a little bit touchy for that one there, but you know it is a breakout above that line. Play the way you will. I'm in there at the moment. I'll continue to be in it until, you know, like this to me looks like a bloody good breakout, you know. But the only problem is that 200, and also double top action kind of here as well. You know, like we can see that as a potential double top at 357. So that's it for me. I think I'll call it quits at that and won't bore you too much. I would be watching Bitcoin very closely if I had my money in Bitcoin. I will be watching it because I'm short Bitcoin anyway, but Bitcoin to me is a concern at this stage, and it is showing all the right signs to a Bitcoin's going to shit itself. Probably a 7 out of 10 chance of that happening. Now, in saying that though, you know, anything could happen. Don't just throw the farm at it because that's not the right thing to do. You know, good reversal here, good climb, and, you know, some serious resistance there. You know, anyway, and anything could happen. All right, I hope you have a good day, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. See you.